Jai Shri Ram. What is Sanatana Dharma? That's the question you could be asked someday and be ready with your answers. My definition, which I gave you earlier, was the eternal underpinnings of life itself. The eternal underpinnings of life. 5 words. If you want to attach itself, fine, go ahead. What that means is it will affect everybody irrespective of their faith, ideology, thinking, whatever sentiments they have, whatever rationality they employ and come to conclusions about God, whatever that could be. If it is in conflict with these laws, then that faith will lose and will only bestow misery on that individual. Just as the laws of gravitation are there. Gravitation is invisible, you cannot see gravitation. Similarly, the laws of Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma itself is an umbrella term that encompasses all the laws that influence life, affect life, and they are also invisible. The rishis, we call them mantra drashta. They could see them, they could intuit them, just like we believe that Newton intuited the laws of gravitation, so also our rishis intuited the laws of life. So, and over thousands of years, people have found proof for these laws. So now it is up to us to decide whether we accept them or reject them. So again, these are very powerful intangible laws. In fact, the most powerful things in life are always intangible. You cannot see them, but they are there. See them, some foolish people say, where is the proof? Show me. And I can never believe anything for which there is no clear evidence. Ask them, do you have a mind? They'll say, what a question is this? They might even get offended. Still, persist on asking them. No, don't get upset. Tell them, don't get upset. I'm asking you a simple question. And this is not to ridicule you or something. I just want you to quietly answer my question. Do you have a mind? The person will say, yes, obviously. Ask him, where is it? Please show me. He cannot show it to you. Right? Consciousness. Consciousness is there. You touch an insect, you touch a leaf, you touch a plant. There is consciousness. It will shrink in horror if you try to harm it. So, where is consciousness? Is it in your head or finger? Where? It is spread all over the body. That is why in the Upanishads, several analogies are given. One of them is, if there is a glass of water in which a spoon of salt has been dissolved, will the salt be visible? No. But it is there throughout the water. Right? So these are some analogies. The rishis always used to think up analogies so that it becomes a little easier for us to understand. So now let us try to summarize what exactly is Sanatana Dharma. I will try to make a small list. You can add to that list later with your own intuition and own understanding. The first one, Sanatana Dharma is the eternal law of reciprocality, which means you will get back whatever you give and it will come back multiplied. Okay, you do good, you will receive benefits multifold. And harm somebody, kill a chicken and eat it and thinking that you are justified, do some nonsense like this, harm somebody, harm even a plant. Now plants are very low on the scale of consciousness. So you are entitled to eat because we humans are fundamentally structured. The human body is structured similar to a herbivore. We are not designed to be carnivores. We don't have canine also. And our intestine is also very, very long. Carnivores are very short because the meat rots very fast. So there are innumerable reasons, and of course other reasons are water footprint. 1 kilo of beef requires 50,000 liters of water. Whereas vegetables, any vegetable 1 kilo needs just 200 liters. and for rice it is 2500 liters per kilo. This is called virtual water. So in a world that is starved of water, if you are eating meat, chicken 5000, mutton 7000, beef 50,000 liters per kilo. So you are a criminal. If you are eating meat, you are a criminal. And the meat industry is the main reason for global warming. If you have done a little reading, you will understand. Because of the meat industry, deforestation is going on. They are cutting down trees to create pasture land, to feed these bovine cows. And when forests, which are the lungs of the earth, they are cut out, so these carbon dioxide, all these gases increase the global warming, and the net result is so many other phenomena which follow. So I don't have to explain that now. So please try to understand, the first law is the law of reciprocality. It is a very profound law. You cannot break the law, you can only break yourself against the law. Okay, and if you think you are able to escape, then you are deluding yourself. And you sometimes might be thinking that there are so many people who are getting away with murder, and there looks like there is a lot of proof for that too, but we have no idea exactly what's going on in their lives, what kind of a miserable life they are leading. It is all glamour on the outside. Internally, like Vivekananda said, on the surface it is laughter, but you scratch the surface below, it is a veil. It's a veil of agony and despair. So the first law is over, the law of reciprocality. Second law, the law of unconditional service. We are here to serve. Parupakaram. Because throughout the earth has so many virtues, one of which is tolerance, forbearance. And the earth is like a mother, it yields so much food. Everything comes out of the earth. So it's a miracle, isn't it? From the same earth you get an apple. You get, our own bodies are nothing but an extension of Mother Earth. Okay. So now, even if you look at a mountain, there's so much vegetation, rains and crops and rivers also, water, the cow gives milk. You see the entire ecology. They're all interdependent. The word independence is believed by some people as the ultimate, ultimate kind of achievement that we can have, lead a completely independent life. That is, I think, spiritual immaturity. No one can be independent. We are all interdependent. So respect that interdependence and give back unconditionally, no conditions. Okay? Selfless service. That is what Krishna is telling you. Karma yogi, become a karma yogi. Because 247 karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturvur ma te sangostu akarmani. You will get what you deserve to get, not simply what you desire. Now this is one of the very, very deepest, very deep laws again. All of these laws are actually very deep anyway. So we own nothing. We don't even own the body. The body falls sick, we can't control it. You can't call yourself an owner of anything. Because if you want to call yourself an owner, you must first be clear on what is the definition of an owner. An owner, I think, is one who has complete control on the thing that he had created. By that logic, we have not created this body and we don't have complete control. We have this body. So we are possessors, temporary possessors. And this body also abides by the laws of nature. So if you go against nature and try to feed the body meat, or try to put into the body which are against nature, then the body will react and you will get cancer, all diseases and so many other problems, psychological disorders, everything follows. And yes, even good people, saintly people seem to be getting cancer, because there is something called a societal karma, individual karma, societal karma, national karma, and the karma of humanity. When the so-called Bhishmacharyas and Dronacharyas failed to protect Draupadi, they also have to face the music. So that is why great people also get cancer. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa had cancer of the throat. So he did his best to uplift mankind. But did we listen to him? No. And in a sense, his efforts also failed. So, that is one way to look at it. That is one way to look at it. And we have absolutely no idea. It is inscrutable. The Lord's Maya, Janmantara Sahasreshu. All the reactions of all the actions that we have committed over innumerable lifetimes, they will not diminish, just as in the law of thermodynamics, the total amount of energy can never be reduced or increased. Energy is constant. So also the reactions of your karmas are constant. So the question that should bother you is, if millions of prior lives have contributed to what is happening in my life now, when will I be able to nullify the negative reactions? Will it take me another a million lives? That's a good question. Logically, that's the right question you should ask. That is why Krishna provides you a simple, a golden key, which is, the best analogy is, if a fan is running, if you pull the plug, switch off, for some time the fan will run and after that it will come to a halt. Similarly, you can pull off the plug of attachment to life. Once you pull off the attachment to life and work only as an agent of Krishna, right, then Krishna will take care of the repercussions. And at one go, you will live for some time because of the prarabdha, the thrust of prarabdha. Prarabdha means that part of the karma which is now giving you a particular type of body and a particular type of experience, set of experiences in life. Whatever is actually actualizing, whatever you are facing right now, that is called prarabdha. That is that part of the sanchita karma. Sanchita is the aggregate, accumulated. A big bag, maybe a big truckload of karmas, out of which one small bag, that is your current life, that is your prarabdha. But beautifully, you can get rid all those, the tanker of karmic reactions can be burnt. How? By pulling the plug now. Become Krishna's agent totally. So he'll take care of the repercussions. Now you are working only for Krishna. The next law. The next law is the law of your own self. See, a mango tree yields mangoes, coconut tree, coconuts. A dog shows loyalty, cow gives milk. A river, water. Similarly, we are all cut out to deliver certain types of services. So, what are your aptitudes? What is your calling? Once you understand that, keep working. Keep giving back to society. So, if your aptitudes are to be a teacher, but unfortunately you try to get into some other profession because there is some more money there, you will be frustrated and you will not be able to produce good quality work also. So, aptitude testing should be done early in childhood so that every child gets into the right kind of school where education is imparted based on the child's aptitude. Then he can become a world champion by the time he is 20-25. That's what Chinese are doing. That's how they are getting gold medals. Even the Americans, if you say, the Americans also, though they don't want to waste their time sending kids to these kind of schools which impart a lot of useless information which is not going to help. So, aptitude based education. And so, an extension of this same law, dharma. What is your dharma? The common dharma is for every human being to do paropakara and loka sangraha. Paropakara is benefiting others. Paropakaraya punyaya papaya parapedanam. The whole of Sanatana Dharma can be squeezed into this small shloka. Paropakaraya punyaya papaya parapedanam. Torturing others is papam. Harming others. Helping others is paropakaram. That's it. You don't have to read all the Puranas and Itihasas, everything. If you have understood this much, you have understood the central principle of Sanatana Dharma. And Loka Sangraham, setting the right example for others to follow, and weaning them away from the path of Dharma, inspiring them by setting the right example so that they feel the tug, the lug, and they join you in whatever work you are doing. So here we are not trying to lecture them, belabor them, browbeat them, threaten them, talk about hell, hellfire, which is what in other religions they do. Sanatana Dharma does not threaten. In the Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna, he says in 1863, Iti te jnanam akhyātam guhyāt guhyataram maya vimrushya tad aseshena yadhechasi tadakuru. I have told you all the esoteric stuff, all the arcane, occult, highly specialized knowledge, secret knowledge. I have told you. Krishna is saying, Iti te jnanam akhyātam guhyāt. Guhya means esoteric, secret. Guhyāt guhyataram maya. Vimrushya, analyze it thoroughly. Aseshena, thoroughly. Yadechasi tadakuru. Do whatever you like. This is the spirit of Sanatana Dharma. Krishna respects your cognitive liberty. You are free to uplift yourself or downgrade yourself. Elsewhere in the Bhagavad Gita, Uddhared Atmanatmanam Atmanam Avasadayet Atmaiva Hyatmano Bandhu Atmaiva Ripuratmanaha. So this is in the 6th chapter, 5th shloka. Uddhared Atmanatmanam Atmanam Avasadayet Atmaiva Hyatmano Bandhu Atmaiva Ripuratmanaha. 6th chapter, 5th shloka. In this shloka, Krishna is rejecting all intermediaries, no prophet. You don't need a prophet. You are your prophet. You don't need a priest. You don't need a pujari. You don't need anyone. You are your priest. You are your prophet. You can uplift yourself. You can also downgrade yourself. You are your best friend. You can be your worst enemy also. That's what Krishna is saying. In the Bhagavatam, Krishna says, Atmano gururatmaiva purushasya visheshataha. That means the uniqueness of humans is that they can be their own gurus. Now, Purusha means Jivatma. It does not mean only males. In grammar, Purushalinga, Strilinga, that is a different concept. I am repeating again. Atmano gururatmaiva purushasya visheshataha. Krishna is saying that the human can be his own guru is his uniqueness. Dogs cannot become their own gurus. You have to train the dog. We humans can be our own gurus. How? When we contact Krishna who is sitting, residing within the heart. That is why Dvasuparna Sayuja Sakhaya Samanam Vruksham Parishasvajate Tayoranya Pipalam Swadvati Anashnananyo Abhichakashiti. The Veda says there are two birds on the tree. What is the tree? Your body. This human body is called the Ashwatha Pipal tree because it is transient. It is not permanent. It will go away. This body is transient. The whole world is also transient. And on this tree of the human body, which is the Pippala, which is the sacred fig tree, Ashwatha Vruksham. Your body is the Ashwatha Vruksham. Please get this right. That's what Krishna is saying. That's what the Veda is saying. Krishna mentions the two trees, the two birds on the tree in the Uddhava Gita also. So Krishna is the bird sitting on top. You and I are the Jivatmas hopping from branch to branch, enjoying different karmic reactions. So Krishna hopes someday you will become smart enough to join him right at the top, because we are eternal companions. You don't need a prophet. That's the point here. So don't run after Babas. There are so many bogus Babas. Bloody rascals are slaughtering all kinds of innocent animals and indulging in disgusting, deplorable activities, and they are called Babas and gods also. People are building temples. So many Hindus will not like, because my suggestion is very clear. I am not saying anything directly, but you understand exactly what I am trying to say. My insinuations, my innuendos are direct. That's the problem. See, as long as you were ignorant, if you have done something, there can be some concession given to you. But after knowing the truth and still you insist because of your ego and continue to pray to stupid characters whom you consider as gods, Krishna is not going to spare you. You cannot put your finger in the fire uh, and try to defend yourself on the grounds that because I don't know what is fire, the fire will not harm me. That is your stupidity. So the next one, if you become a little more technical, Sanatana Dharma mentions four purusharthas, four goals: dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Dharma is the path we must tread. Live by dharma. Never give up dharma. Okay, in an emergency, apad dharma is also there. In an emergency, Vishwamitra was dying of starvation and he had to eat something. So he got into the house of some Malecha who was eating dog meat. And Vishwamitra, as the story goes, he stole the hind part of the leg of that hind leg of the dog, but was caught by the Malecha, who said, "Sir, if you had asked me, I would have given you. You are such a great rishi. And I would have given you the better part." Vishwamitra was very clear. See, I am sorry I stole from your house, hut, but I was dying of starvation to such an extent that preserving life was the number one priority, so I did this. That is Apadharma. Bhishma and Drona had to be killed, otherwise they could have vanquished the Pandavas. So they had to be eliminated by deception. That is Apadharma. Anyway, they also resorted to all kinds of deception, so similia similibus curanter. So in defense of dharma. So purusharthas means the goals of life. Dharma is not just the goal, it is actually the path you have to tread. Artha is money, wealth. You have to acquire wealth, because without wealth nothing can be done. You cannot undertake any dharmic activity if you don't have any wealth. People who are poor cannot protect dharma. Kama, desires. If your desires are not selfish, then you are fully entitled, and to a certain extent some selfish desires are also fully justified. That is the minimum. You have to maintain the body, and because Krishna resides in our heart, if you enjoy, he also enjoys. If you suffer, he will suffer. So whatever is permitted, and remember, you will be punished also if you don't enjoy all legitimate pleasures which you can. Think about it. Krishna says, Karshayanta Sharirastam. Karshayanta Sharirastam. 17th chapter, 6th shloka. 17.6. Karshayanta Sharirastam Bhutagrama Machetasah Mam Chaivanta Sharirastam Tan Vidya Asura Nischayan. And if you go to 17.5, Ashastra Vihitam Ghoram Tapyante Ye Tapojana Dambhahankara Samyukta Kamaraga Balanvita. So Krishna is saying that foolish fellows, they are torturing me because I am residing in the body. These rascals, they are asuric. So don't torture the body. So what is the corollary? What is it that logically follows from this? If you torture the body, Krishna suffers. If you please the body, Krishna is also pleased. So have sattvic food. Krishna will also enjoy sattvic. Ahara. Now ahara, many people think ahara means only food. Ahara means all inputs of all senses. What do you look at? Do you have pictures of Krishna, Rama, Hanuman at home, or pictures of some stupid Bollywood heroines, and then you are finished? That is asuric. What do you smell? All those artificial perfumes, or chandan, gulab? There are so many attars. Kannauj. Kannauj is a city in India, Uttar Pradesh, which is the perfume capital of the world actually. In fact, from here exports are sent to Grasse. Grasse is a city in France which is famous for perfumes. But Grasse gets all the stuff from where? Kannauj. But Kannauj is not popular because our historians, fake historians, rascals, they made sure that the western city that was promoted and ours is subdued. So camphor, and then you see upla, cow patty, sambrani, frankincense, myrrh. Smell them, get them, use them, apply them on the body. And what do you touch? Do you have a conch shell at home? Shankam? An Om symbol? So I leave it to your imagination now. How many Bhagavad Gitas? Do you have any Bhagavad Gita at home? Do you have at least one set of Ramayana? Do you touch them? Go beyond touching, reading them. So, what do you hear? What kind of music? Are you listening to Hanuman Chalisa, Bhagavad Gita? If you are listening to item number songs, then you are finished. So, ahara, remember, means all inputs of the senses. So, Sanatana Dharma is telling you, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Moksha is the final destination. Sanatana Dharma emphatically says that the human birth is a blessing. And from here, moksha is possible. If you are a deva, then you would have become a deva because of the punyas that you have done. You will enjoy celestial pleasures. But then again, you have to come back to the plane of human existence because only from here moksha is possible. That is why the Kathopanishad, Veda says, Uttishta Jagrata, Prapya Varan Nibodhata, Kshurasya Dhara Nishita Duratyaya. Rise. You are so fortunate that you have got this human body. But be careful. It is like walking on the edge of the razor. This is what the Vedic Rishi is warning you. So, moksha should be the goal. And how do you achieve moksha? Study the Gita, live the Gita, become Krishna's agent. That's moksha. And moksha sadhana has to be started now. Some people think that they will start after they are 60 or 70. That is stupid. You have to start now. It should become part and parcel, second nature of your life. The next law of Sanatana Dharma, unconditional positive regard for everyone. Animittam trunam vapi chedaye nakadachana. Do not even pluck off a blade of grass unnecessarily. Matru devo bhava, pitru devo bhava, acharya devo bhava, atidhi devo bhava. Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavihastini shunichaiva svapakaicha pandita samadarshina. See God in everyone. That's why I greet people Jai Shri Ram. Shri Ram in everyone. So, this is what Sanatana Dharma is saying. There is no caste. Caste does not exist in Vedas or Bhagavad Gita. We have Jati, Kula, Varna and Gotra. These are all scientific. I have given talks on that later. So, if you are interested, ask me. We will discuss that also. So, Sanatana Dharma says that you must respect. You must see Krishna. You must see God in everyone. Remember, if everyone believes in this, the world will be much more peaceful. No wars, no need to kill anybody, no need to kill innocent animals, cause them pain, and then later suffer cancer and all kinds of, ecological degradation, psychological degradation. And Sanatana Dharma, the next law, which is actually the law is already embedded in the earlier laws that I discussed, that we are not this perishable body, we are the transcendental, immortal Jivatma. Therefore, if there is a battle against dharma and adharma, and if you happen to be a soldier, your duty is to kill the other fellow. It's as simple, otherwise he will kill you anyway. So that is perfectly justified. It is the body that perishes, not the Atma. And those who die in a dharmic war are eligible for moksha again. The next principle, Sanatana Dharma does not recommend any holy book. Your mind is the holiest of all holy books. God doesn't write books. Vedas are not books. They are spiritual laws that have been envisioned by the rishis. Rishis were spiritual scientists. And Anantavai Veda. You can also tune in. It is like you have a transistor. Your mind is the transistor. If you are on the right wavelength, you can intuit the Vedas. Without having read any book, you can become the source. You can tap into the source and then spread Vedic knowledge. Some of the greatest sants in our land were utterly illiterate, never went to school. But we worship them because they were Brahmajnanis, Raidas, a cobbler by profession and the guru of Mirabai. Mirabai happened to be a Kshatri. Okay. So Tukaram was a Shudra. Tukaram was also illiterate. But he is a Brahmajnani. So, Chokka Mela, innumerable. I can go on if I start listing out the number of sants in India, not saint. That's a Christian term. Saint. They call themselves saint. And they are only interested in converting people or subjecting them to the Inquisition. Inquisition was a medieval tribunal to stamp out heresy. Portuguese Goan Inquisition. Portuguese killed lakhs of Hindus because they refused to convert. So, if you look at Islam and Christianity, they are very clear. They have to either proselytize or kill them, which is there in their holy books. I have no hesitation. Please check up. Whereas, show me one line anywhere where Vedas or Krishna is saying that you have to kill the other fellow because he is not willing to accept me as God. No. Mlechas were there then, now. Mlechas fought for Rama, some Mlechas fought for Ravana. And in Mahabharata also, Mlechas were there on either flanks. We have no problem. It is your problem, bhai. If you have decided that you are ready to face the consequences of all the inhuman adharmic activities that you want to perform, you are free. Krishna doesn't threaten you with any eternal hell because you are capable of creating your own hell. Hell exists here on earth. Krishna could have designed different types of hells. So many hells are there, I believe, 21 hells. I think more can be there. But life here on earth itself can be made hell. You can make it hell for yourself or heaven for yourself. It's all up to you. So this law I am repeating. There is no holy book in Sanatana Dharma. Your heart is the holy book. In the 4th chapter, 33rd shloka, Krishna says, Shriyan Dravyamayad Yajna Jnana Yajna Parantapa Sarvam Karmakhilam Partha Jnane Parisamapyate. So better than any yajna. Yajna, the English word is sacrifice, which is a stupid word. Because the word sacrifice implies some kind of a slitting of somebody's neck. Vedic yajnas are adhvara, no himsa, no killing, adhvara. So no animal slaughter, not at all. Many rascals have interpolated, distorted and tried to convince that Vedic rishis were slaughtering cows also, humans also. Narameda, Gomeda, Ashwameda, rubbish. All these words have very deep spiritual meanings. Ashwamedha means running the country, statecraft. It can also mean expanding the territory, ensuring peace dwells. Rashtram va Ashwamedha, Annam Higau, Ajyam Medha. So, these are Vedic mantras. So, please get this clear. There is no animal killing, no slaughter. Hinduism does not allow. Sanatana Dharma does not allow meat eating. We have acquired that habit now. It has become well established. So, 433 Shriyan Dravyamayad Yajna Jnana Yajna Parantapa Sarvam Karmakhilam Partha Jnane Parisamapyate. So, which means ultimately all your karmas will lead you to knowledge. And knowledge subsumes all these karmas. Higher than all these karmas is knowledge. So, if you can access knowledge directly, there is no need to go through all these yajnas also. And remember, yajna does not mean sacrifice. It's hard to define this word. It's an undefinable, indefinable, untranslatable. So, one more law I would like to add, because it can go on and on. This is an endless discussion. Sanatana Dharma will also tell you that you are on a temporary sojourn here, SOJOURN, temporary stay. You are a tourist actually here. Like they say, no, you are a spiritual body, spiritual individual having a earthly experience. So, spend your time wisely. Don't accumulate negative karma. And if you do, then you will degrade yourself. You will be born as a pig or an insect or a dung beetle. Please don't do that. Use this opportunity to elevate yourself, acquire moksha. Sahasrari Mahapadme Krishnena Sahamodate. So that you acquire the ticket eligibility to dance with Krishna in the Sahasrara. That's the ultimate purpose. Now, I think I made a decent effort, but I can go on and on and on. We will compile these, and if you have some more ideas, please do add. Jai Shri Ram.